the musical scrapper, and I'm here. I'm home. My legs are up. I went grocery shopping this morning, so although I use a cart, my legs are still hanging down. So I knew I was going to want to sit before I start do some more cleaning and organizing. So I figured I may as well put my feet up and stream today. And then after this, I'm going to... Susan's son Sam, came and helped me fold at the end of my laundry job yesterday. Sam came with his mom, with Susan, to help me fold my last couple of loads of laundry and carry the laundry out to the car and back into my apartment. So in return, I'm going over to help him with his computer. He had to restore his PC back to factory settings, and it won't read his video card that he added to it afterwards. So he's asked me to come over and take a look at it because it doesn't seem to be working for him. So he wants my magic touch. I said, what Windows level are you? Because last time I had my own Windows computer, it was Windows XP. And my one at work, they had upgraded to 7. And they were upgrading to 8 when the whole 8 had its first issues and crashed or something. So they sent us all back to 7. Anyway, I didn't use it really as Windows. I used it as a DVD player, and my stereo system is what my computer was for. But anyway, hopefully I can get it installed. I said to him, if the drivers and the CD won't work, then we may have to take the video card out and reinstall it from get-go. So anyway, that may have to happen. So that's what I'm going to do after my stream. I told him I would do that in exchange for his help. So Jen, look what I found. If you watch this recording, Jen, look what I found. Excuse me. At Superstore, it was hidden in the corner behind something that was, hanging on the front of the rack. Now, farther down, they had the dark chocolate Tim Tams, but I might try those next time. But I'm a milk chocolate fan. I do like dark chocolate on, like, mint patties. Like, so if there's something really sweet, like the mint cream, what else do I like? Oh, I love Reason, the chocolate-coated caramel. And those have dark chocolate on them, but once again, the inside is really sweet. So if it's a really sweet inside, I do like the dark chocolate, but I am a fan of milk chocolate myself. Okay, here goes. And no, I'm not sipping coffee through them. I'm just going to try them. I'm hoping I'm not going to like them. They're very expensive. Probably worth every cent, but, well, I'm saying very expensive. They're $3.99 for the small package. There's what, 10 in here, 12 maybe. So yeah, I know exactly, buddy. Oh darn, it won't close enough. It won't go back in. Don't you hate? Oh wait, there we go. Okay, I got it. I want to be able to close it up. Finally getting rid of they came in, set some mouse traps, filled all the holes where they think the mice were coming in. But I have a feeling they closed a mouse in because I'm sure I heard him last night still. But he doesn't have any food to live on, so hopefully he won't stay around long. All right, here we go. Yeah, they're very tasty. The chocolate grain wafers with a really nice chocolate cream in the center. Yeah, so it's like chocolate flavored graham crackers with a really nice chocolate cream in between. And really nice milk chocolate on the outside. Oh my gosh, these are good. Oh. Oh no, really, Orla? She misses you? Oh. You know, they're They're sweet but not too sweet. And they're rich but not too rich. You know, just kind of the perfect... Excuse me. Hey, Z. I know, Z, but they're too expensive. In case I didn't like them. The store is just down the street. So now that I know where they are hidden on the shelf, I know where to go get them. So, well, for those of you who watched that little taste test, sorry about that, but it was a must. So, today, I need somewhere to store my archival ink pads because my spinning tower that I made, doesn't have enough room for... The ink pads that I use mostly are either the Tim Holtz Distress inks and or the Ranger archival inks. I do have a couple of the VersaFine, and I love these for stamping, especially if it's intricate. These are the best thing for stamping really nice, clear, detailed stamps. Amazing. The VersaFine. And then I have my VersaMark one. So my archival, my VersaMark, and my couple of those. Plus I have a Memories white. I don't use this as often as I use my Stampin' Up! White. And my 4 Stampin' Up! Pads that I have that I'm keeping are on the top of my Distress spinner. I made special slots because they're larger. So I have the black, the white, the basic gray, and the chocolate chip, because those 4 are, well, the white obviously is a pigment pad, but the basic black, basic gray, and the chocolate chip ink pad by Stampin' Up! Are permanent ink pads. So, so they are there. Oh, and I do have this Color Box white ink pad too. So it's, but for now I have it. It will fit in my in my Distress one. So I may put it with this one. I may leave it in my Distress one. So I needed something to store these left over. So I was going to build completely from scratch, and then I found this box, which held my little bingo daubers, because I found another box of them, because I ordered a ton of them. Back when daubers were a big deal, and they did that splat ink technique. So these are teeny tiny bingo daubers. They have little wee holes and little wee daubers that go on them. I ordered them from, oh my gosh, what's it called? Oriental Trading online. I ordered these and a whole bunch of spray bottles. Very cheap. Very cheap price, but good spray bottles. So, and a good size spray bottle too with a nice spritz. These are the ones, this is the size, so it's like a 2-ounce spray bottle. Okay, from Oriental Trading. So this was the box, and I thought, oh, I bet, and they do. Now, I don't think this is going to hold all of them. So what I'm going to do is build a second row, the same size, with my chipboard. And then I'll just stick them together. But, I mean, I may as well use this since I have it, right? Hey, Joan! Hey, Allie! Hey, Dr. Dot! Hey, Tina! No, I'm building. We're not organized. Well, so I guess sort organizing, but I'm building. So I'm going to take the lips off these. I mean, why waste a box that's the perfect size, right? Okay, these ones, the tips got bent. Look, I don't know if you guys can see or not, but the tip got bent. See the tip? It got bent. So it's really hard to cut straight with scissors that are bent on the tips. So let me use my long ones. These aren't quite the right width to do the insert because they're made small so that they fit inside the box. This is a little bent, so I'm not going to use those. I could, but I'm not going to. I'll use my chipboard. Although I will measure and just add a smidge on to that so I'll know the width. Sorry if I go off screen. By the way, for those of you watching the recording, this is being recorded live on ustream.tv/channel/music-scrap. I do not edit the video when I put it up to YouTube. So just drag the time marker along if you want to skip a section. Move along. Not a problem. But I don't have the time or the willing. I'm not willing to edit 3-hour videos or 2.5-hour videos. Everybody's saying hello in the chat. There is a live chat, so if you hear me talking to people, if it's not me, it's my chat. Because sometimes I do talk to myself. Oh, you cried off. Oh, well, good, Dorothy. Dr. Dot, relax, relax. You have a pair of bent scissors too, Joan? We're a good pair. Who knows? I was probably trying to pry something off that wouldn't come off. Bent the silly tips. Silly me. Anyway, what can you do, right? Okay. So I am going to... Yeah, this didn't get cut very straight. That's my life. I can't cut straight. If I was paid $1 million, I wouldn't be able to do it. Ugh. My mom used to laugh at me. Try to cut out my patterns, and it's just... I can't cut straight. There's even a line. That's a little better. Now just fix up this spot right here. Hi, Elizabeth. No, just means you've used them a lot in the wrong way. Okay. Radio. I think that I am going to put inside this a piece of chipboard. Now I need my... Oh, where is... Hold on. I have to look for my other... Uh-oh, trimmer. It was right there. Just a second. Because I didn't get it put... Oh, yes, I did. Oh, I just didn't see it. I was going to say I didn't get it put back in its spot yet, but I did. This is the trimmer I use for my chipboard. I don't use... My Stampin' Up! One is for paper only. This one's for chipboard. Okay, so... First thing I'm going to do is cut an insert for inside that. To help it stay stronger. So I may have to use, to measure that, my... Oh, look, Eileen. Oh, is Eileen even here yet? Is Eileen even here yet? Where's Eileen? You guys tweet her and find out where the heck she is. Hey Maggie, I didn't see you come in. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're feeling a little better. Tina, that's the wrong bunny. This is the original bunny that's here. Heather bunny is Bunny Designs. Yeah, so Bunny C is the real bunny. Bunny Designs is Heather. Hey, Steffi. Yeah, I wanted to show that I have splat stamps, and I can't remember who sent these to me. See, Sandra, did you send these to me? No, I can't remember who sent these to me. Someone sent them to me in the mail in a package. I can't remember who sent them to me. Anyway, I was looking for my measuring tape. Here it is. Oh, no, that's not it. Where'd you go, measuring tape? Supposed to be right here. Of course, everything was in order, and then as I was finding small stuff, I started throwing it in this drawer so it would have a safe spot, and then I said, I'll go through the drawer again and fix the drawer again, but now I can't find my measuring tape. I have a little measuring tape, a little round measuring tape for my knitting and crocheting. Where the heck is it? Because I don't think I can measure inside without... Oh, here it is. Found it. Okay. I knew it was in there. Oh, no. Oh, well, I'm glad you're here, Margaret. Also known as Maggie. Okay, so with this, of course, I can get inside. I'm going to measure in inches because even though I'm in Canada, I still just not used to the centimeters. I was in grade 8 when we switched. Okay, 7 inches. 7 inches by 3 1/4. Let's just say, let's just see how much it is this way. 3 1/4. It's not quite 3 1/4, so it needs to be 3 and... Actually, I think I'm going to do it at 3/8. And then if I have to trim a little off, better than being too short. All right. Actually, I have one that's a little thinner here, so I think I might use this. There's not much point in doing it. Yeah, because then I'm going to, when I join the two of them, I'll do a whole bottom thing. Those DVDs are for my niece, and I forgot to take them home at Easter time. So this is the backing of some scrapbook paper pads. So it's not medium weight chipboard. It's like the weight of a cereal box or whatever. So it's not as thick as my graphics medium weight, which I'll be using on the rest of it. So I'm going to do 3 3/8. Oh, for heaven's sakes. Okay, so 3 3/8. Okay, Allie, thanks. We could all say, at last, it's about time. Actually, I'm going to take a little bit off each end because this end is a little bit torn up as well. All right, now I'm gonna see how it fits before I trim it the 7. Okay, so I'm gonna take an 1/8 of an inch off, or not quite. I'm gonna take the width of the blade ridge here, the track. That's probably about a 1/16. No. So I should have taken an 1/8 off. Oh well. Better not too much. Better not enough than too much. What should I? Hey, this is neat. This is neat. Well, this is stuff I'm using, Joan. That's why it's all there. It's stuff I'm going to use for my project. That's why it's all sitting there. I'm going to use it today. This is for my glue. These are my glue brushes, so that's why that's sitting there. Okay, so now 7 inches. I'm going to cut off the correct end, the end that's all bent up, this end. 7 inches. All right, so that's going to go in. Let's see here. I still need to take a little bit off the width. I still need to take a little off the width. I really did measure that wrong, didn't I? All right. Ooh, don't drop it, Jean. Presto's on my knee, all curled up. So I'm just making this to go in between the 2 flaps here. There we go. All right, so first thing I'm going to do, just a moment, I need to see, I need to take off 1/4 inch. Hey, Albio, little book owl, hello, hello. Oh, just another 1/8 of an inch. It should be perfect. There we go. All right, so now before what the heck is what, bunny? Okay. So, this is an item I found. I think it was Mitzi that sent me this. It's a holder for your double-sided tape. Now, I do still have my roll of 2-inch that obviously doesn't fit in there. And I have a roll of larger tape that won't fit in here. When you buy the Express It tape, you get like 39 meters instead of 27 or whatever. So the roll's a lot longer and it won't fit in here when it's new, the Express It tape. So I think I'm going to make something that will add on to the end of this, or make a separate one for my wider ones. I also have a 1.5 inch one that I need somewhere to fit. So, hey, I am just making a holder for my archival my one memories. The other memories ones I'm selling. I'm not keeping. And I have a couple of VersaFine, and I have my Versamark. Because the spinner I have now is filled with, I mean, there's a couple of empty spots still for new colors, but it's filled with my Tim Holtz distress inks. So I didn't have space for all these. So they were hanging on my desk and falling on the floor. So right now I just have them thrown in this CD basket. So they need a home. So I'm starting off with this box, which is the perfect size. Then I'll build another box the same size beside it, which reminds me I need to take my measurements so that I will be ready. I want to take the measurements before I start putting this together. So this is my book of design ideas and patterns that I've made or other people have made. So I don't know, I was trying something out there. That's a list. Okay. So I'm just going to call it archival storage. Okay, so the box is going to be welcome back, Orla. Oh, you're wondering what the heck is that? I don't know what I said. What the heck is that? I don't know. Did I say that? I don't know what. I don't know what I was talking about, Allie. You must have been daydreaming or something. Oops. Inches, Jean. I don't want to measure in centimeters. They're too small for me. Okay, so 3 3/8. Three and 3/8 by 10 1/4 by 3 3/4. I did not get this end cut straight. That's all right. I'll make it straight with the cover up the fact that it's not straight with a hinge. Okay, so by height. What did I say? I said, and I can't remember, 3 3/4. So this is width by length by height. Okie dokie. All right. Okay. Is she getting checked for Meniere's disease, Orla? Because my sister has Meniere's and has terrible vertigo. And it comes when there's stressful times. And she takes Circ, and it really helps. It really helped her be able to still drive and stuff. Okay. So first thing I need to do is to cut enough of this tape. This first part is all not sticky, it got dirty. All right, so I'm gonna stick down the tabs here first because they are not stuck down. So I'm just putting in there on the bottom of the tab, the little flap, I'm putting some tape. I think it's I'm not sure if it's CIRC or if it's SIRC. It's a medication for, and since I'm in Canada, I know it would be the same for you guys. Just a second. Let me look it up for you. All right. Meniere's disease. It's SERC. It's SERC, Orla. And it says right here that it's used for Meniere's disease. For vertigo, severe vertigo. SERC. Sandra, that is a good thing. Don't think of that as negative. I won't say it on the recording, but don't think of that as negative. Think of that as positive. Man, I know several people who had it, and it has totally changed their lifestyle. And that's what I'm hoping I can get to. I'm looking forward to my surgeon saying yes. Don't look at that as a negative. Oh, it's not your first time. Oh, okay. I see. It's not your... I see. Uh-huh. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize, Z. Alright, so that's taken care of. Those are now securely down. Now I will so I'm still waiting for my appointment with the surgeon, and it's been about a year, and it was expected to be a year's wait. So I hope they don't want me to lose a whole bunch of weight, because That's almost impossible without being able to move around. And hopefully they'll just take my lymphedema into account and do what they need to do so I can be more mobile. I mean, I know it won't be a miracle cure because lymphedema is here to stay, but well, you know, see, my mom had her right knee amputated, or her right leg amputated about 6 inches below the knee in 1984. And she still drove, not with her artificial leg. She drove with her left foot. She drove with her left foot. Which she had no feeling in either. If the Department of Motor Vehicles knew how bad her legs were, they probably wouldn't have let her drive at all. But she drove, she did the brake and the gas with her left foot. Okay. Okay. So that strengthened the bottom. Once I have the second one, I'll put a full bottom over the whole thing. So that won't be an issue. Okay, so now I need to make the inserts. And I think that this one's super crooked. Okay, so it's this just plus a smidge. So let's measure this just a little bit longer than this. Oops. Keep putting the wrong side down. I'm just using this because it's here instead of digging. So 3 1/4. And I'm going to make it, how high do I want to make it? Let's cut it even so it'll be a nice, try and make everything in set. When I use my 12 by 12 chipboard, I try and use 3 inch or 4 inch measurements as often as I can. In other words, so I can get the most out of my, okay, so I think 3 inches is going to be plenty high enough for the dividers. That way I can get the most out of each piece of chipboard. Waste not, what not. Welcome back, CB. Unfortunately, it's 3 1/4 the other way, so I can't. 1/4 of an inch is too much to take off. Now, do not cut chipboard with your regular blade. That's why I don't use my Stampin' Up, because it dulls your blade very, very quickly. Oh, Orla's real fun. Of course, Xandra already knows that Orla's fun because she was in Baltimore, but... Okay. 3 1/4. Oh, Patricia's just liking my retweet. CTV did a story today. This is one of our Canadian news stations. Did a story today on Mikhail Baryshnikov, and Latvia has given him an honorary citizenship because he was born there, but he was actually born there when it was still part of it was 4 years after Russia invaded and made Latvia part of the Soviet Union, so he was actually a Russian or Soviet citizen. So Latvia has made him okay, so 3 1/4. Is that pushing it out a little bit? No, that's just nice. Okay. All right. So now I was just going to use tape. I was going to use my clear duct tape. Since it's not a scrapbook album or anything, right? It doesn't have to be. But that's so nice and snug. I could just use I think I'm just going to paint it inside. Hey, Norwegian girl. Hey, Jillian. Hugs to Jillian. What am I going to do for the inside? I can cover it with black cardstock, or I can paint it. Okay, it's just as easy to cover it with black cardstock as to paint it. Yep, that's the decision made. I'm going to make it long enough to go up over the top. My book. 10 1/4. And it's 11 inches. So 3/4 of an inch. Might have to take a little bit more off that because it's the inside. The outside measurement is 10 1/4. So let's take off. Ooh. I should just measure the inside. That's funny, it fits on one side and it doesn't fit on the other. Alright, and 4 1/4, I'm going to cut it off and cut it in half. And then that will fold up over the edge. that'll cover up right over the edge. Oh, I took it. I took it out of the box right away, and it's out of the way. I found its spot where it's going to store. I tried it on my desk, so it fits on my desk, but I have to still sort out how or if I'm going to use it while I'm streaming or just while I'm not streaming. So I have to sort that out yet, but I did figure out how it will fit on my desk and all that stuff. So, oh yes, I've tried it out. I sure have. I have. Okay, let me move this out of my way again. Yep. So if I use it while I stream, I'm going to have to adjust my camera because it's going to be like right here. So I would have to adjust the camera so it kind of comes from behind me or something. Yeah, but it will at least work for while I'm not streaming, for sure. So, and once I get this place cleaned out, like, because I mean, for the last year, the only art I've done, it has, excuse me, has been when I've been streaming. Because my place was just too much of a mess to do anything else. So now, once I get it cleaned, I'll be able to, like, do some art every day. Like Dee Dee. I'll be like Dee Dee. Art every day. Yep, it's a good one. Thank you so much. So many kind fibs. Oh, all right. So I think I'll do it on the box here for the top as well, and then I'll do the sides on the paper. Then I'll do a little bit of, notice I can find everything. Oh, except I grabbed the wrong one. Notice I can find everything because I know right where everything on my desk is now. I do still have one thing that I have to move that I have a dual set of drawers here on my desk that are not staying on my desk. But I just kind of threw things that didn't have a home yet in there. Yeah, Joan, they came in day before yesterday, and they had found in my place and my neighbors, well, the whole row of townhouses, because when they closed off, they went to one apartment and closed their stuff off, and then the mice just kept moving down, right, because there were a row of townhouses. Anyway, so the day before yesterday, they did mine and then the people on either side of me. And they went underneath the sink and closed out around the drains and behind the dishwasher and closed in around the pipes of the dishwasher because that's how they were getting in. That's how the micey were getting in. And it's really nice weather today. I told the guy, I said, it's perfect time to have come and done it because it's nice weather. They're going to go outside and they won't come back in. So, Oh, cool. Well, that's what Janet used, something like that too, for her Neo 2s. And that's why I'm using this as 1/2. I have to make another one in order to have enough slots. But yeah. So I put the double-sided tape on the edges, and then I put the glue stick on the inside just so that it kind of has all over coverage here. Oops. But then it curls, so then you have to be careful to get it nice and straight at the bottom. All right. And then up. So that works. And I think I'll put a thin strip of 1/8 inch along the front edge of this, just because I want the edge to be down securely, and it's a little wider than the tape. So oh, cool. Cool, Orla. All right. And take off this. Fold it over. Now the icky, terrible cut that I made is covered. Nobody notices it at all. Oh, they are, Joan. Man, smart. Ugh. I did catch a couple, though, with the sticky. I couldn't catch them in the traps. The catch and release traps or the regular old-fashioned mouse traps would not catch them. But the sticky mats with peanut butter did catch a couple of mice. And it's a terrible, painful way to catch them, but I did try the better ways first, and they wouldn't work. But now that the place is nice and tidy, they don't have any dust and dirt around and dusty paper to chew up and make a nest like they were doing. So, all is good, all is good. Bye, Tina. Rest well. Yes, Jillian, she gessos her boxes, and then she uses actual, like for my tiles, because mine were air dry clay, I just use gel medium. But Patty uses actual, gel glue that's actually for ceramic tile or something. But okay, and the edges. Do 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 do. Hey, Denise. Well, Bond. Thank you. That's it. I think that's it, Denise. I think that sounds right. Hi, by the way. Didn't see you come in. Welcome, welcome. I've been away so long and not even watching as many videos as when I did watch videos, I couldn't chat because I was working away. And I still have a few weeks of work to do. Not as intensive as it's been the last week and a half, but I'm going to get it done. And I've got Happy Diane coming to visit on May 10th. if they're still on track, May 10th is the day. So that's like what, 2 weeks? If that. And my glue stick. Presto's off my knee. She's on my other stool now, snoring away. She stayed on my knee long enough to get her massage, and once she realized I was talking to other people and ignoring her, she left my knee and went to the other footstool that I use when I'm at the computer. So my computer's on the right. My computer's on that section of the table. It's a horseshoe-shaped desk. Ooh. Come on, get down there. I should have trimmed a little off this. It's a little too long, but... The box must not be square, because I cut these the same length. And this side's a little shorter. Okay. That's alright. I shall make it work. Oh, there we go. Okay. That will make it work. There we go. Take off this part. Uh-oh. Don't want to take off the tape. Just the... I think she is, Laura. I think she is. She's using the litter box. We switched out and gave her the low litter box. But I left her litter in it because we use the Tidy Cats light litter. So it weighs about 1/3 of the other original clumping litter. So it would be lighter on her paws anyway, but at least it's easier for her to get in and out of. And so she's been using that. She has been jumping on and off the bed, but I do have a set of pet steps coming from Amazon. $35. They look like really good ones. So that she can easier, she does make a lot of noise now when she jumps down off the bed. So I know that it's hurting her. And the other morning, I was sitting on the bed still, and she looked and cried at me and then looked at the floor, asking to get let down. So I figured I'll get the steps for her and teach her how to use the steps. Hey, Sarah! I am making a box to store my archival ink pads. Well, actually, all my ink pads that aren't my Tim Holtz Distress. Because my Tim Holtz Distress is taking up the whole spinny thing that I made. And I was going to take the top off the spinny thing and just keep adding to that. But then it would be too high for me to reach, like sitting at my desk. So I figured I'd just make a box that'll sit side by side. So that's what I'm going to do. So, anyway, but as far as the tummy issues, I think she was having tummy issues because for the last, like, 13 years of their life since they went to adult food, they've had President's Choice indoor formula, which is a fur ball and a weight control formula for indoor cats because they're not outside running around. And then a couple of months ago, I was at Walmart, and they needed cat food. And of course, they don't have President's Choice brand at Walmart. So I bought the IAMS weight control. And well, then when it was gone, a few weeks ago, I was at Superstore, and they needed food because she needed food because now it's just one. So I was doing 4 inches. 4 1/4, wasn't I? Just a second, sorry. and the items at Superstore was more expensive for a 1 kilogram bag than the President's Choice was for a 3 kilogram bag. For like for £5. So a 1 pound bag was, or no, 2 pound bag was more expensive than like almost a 10 pound bag. And I was like, oh man, I am not paying more for 1/3 of the amount of dog food. Forget it. Or cat food. Can't even think right now. So I need to leave. All right. Was 3. And a quarter. Or 3 and 3 1/4 works. Actually, 3 and 1/8 would work. Aw, bunny. All right. So that one's ready. I may as well trim this one down while I'm here. Okay. All right, let's put this over there for a moment. Oops. All right. So, I'm not talking very much. Just making a box. Cutting the inside so that it fits. Guess that's a good enough, as good an explanation as any, isn't it? Measure, cut, adhere. All right, this is driving me crazy because it's like really crooked. Come on. There. All right. Oops. Got a piece of fluffy on it or something. Hey, Judy. Hello. Judy Patootie. All right. Uh-oh, hold on. How did it end up that big? I measured the silly thing. Hello? All right, well that one will work. I'm going to stick another row of tape on the inside. Oh, I'm going to stick another row of tape here because it kind of comes up over. All right, silly girl, something happened to my... Hey, Lorena. I'm just building a new home for my ink pads that are not Tim Holtz Distress Inks. Because my spinny thing that I built last year, since I got the new Tim Holtz, most of the newer Timmy colors, now they don't fit in there. So I said, oh, I'm going to keep this one for my Tim Holtz, and I'll make another one for my non-Tim Holtz stamp pads. So, uh-oh. No, it's crooked. It's crooked. There we go. All right. La 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 la. Hey, Janice. Boy, oh boy, am I ever gonna get Eileen. I finally stream and she doesn't show up. Jeesh. Aren't you gonna stream today, Jean? Are you sure you're not gonna stream, Jean? Yeah. And then I stream and she's not here. She's probably visiting Nod. I shouldn't get mad at her. She's probably pulling a me. Oh no, Janice. Yuck. Okay. Okay, and now I just need one for the bottom. Ugh, sorry. Yeesh. see if that's good enough. Just a little, another sliver. And I need to Uh-oh, who needs 911? Oh, haha. Graphic novels that you could read to your mom. Oh, I don't know about that. My mom still likes to read the newspaper. It's just that she reads it 3 times a day. Oh no, now I can't get it back out and there's no glue on it yet. Hold it for it. I don't think these scissors are thin enough to go in there and get that out. I knew I shouldn't have let go of it. One moment. See if I can get it with my tweezers here. Ah, got it. Got it. Woohoo. Should have just tried it this way. Okay. Hey, Vicky. Oh, Eileen's supposed to be working on her ATCs, is she? Oh, naughty girl, has she been? Naughty, naughty Eileen, not getting her ATCs done. Uh-oh. Janet? Janet! Oh, Janet! Wakey, wakey, wakey! Oh, okay. I see, Lorena. Oh, Janet's supposed to be working on her. Oh, okay. Oh, Janet, are you working on your ATCs? Wakey, wakey. Of course, that never wakes me up. They always try and yell at me, and I don't even hear it and wake up, usually. Uh-oh. Hold on. I don't want to put it on the black thing that's going in because I kind of have to squash it in and then it'll be all stuck in the wrong spot and etc. Been there, done that, learned the hard way that this is the easiest way to do it. Believe it or not. trying to get enough time to sit down and catch up on this season of Line of Duty. I noticed the next season of Line of Duty started, and I gotta see it. It was a cliffhanger at the end of last season. Oh, it's such a good show. It's a UK cop show. It is so good. Hey, Janet, there she is. Okay. I won't say that out loud on my stream, Vicky, or Janet, I should say. I don't know how many of you were around. Vicky will remember Sandy Jones's thong story, I bet. That was quite a few years ago with us oldies that were still around at the time. Well, Vicky, remember it was the one time her daughter convinced her to wear thong underwear, and I better not. She'll kill me if I put it on the recording. Because I think that was a Stickum story. Wasn't it Stickum? She told that story in Vicky, I think. See, I still put it down all wrong. Well, I just have to... It went down crooked. I just have to put a little paint down there. I just have to put a little black paint down there to cover that. Those corners where it went crooked. No problem. I can do that. Okay. See, I've already lost my thin roll. Oh no, I actually put it away. Alright, so I've got some black gesso here and a foam brush because I was going to do the whole thing, but I'm just going to put a little black gesso in that corner to hide where this paper didn't cover properly. Just a little magic. Yeah. Really, Laura? Oh my gosh. That's funny. And down in this corner, there's a little bit of the cardboard showing. If I wasn't such a perfectionist, this wouldn't bother me, but yeah, I don't. I'm a perfectionist who can say, oh well, about some things, but not about others. You'd think with my bad eyesight I could just forget about it, but no, I I can't. I can't. There we go. All right, so that will cover that. So now, while that's drying, I'll do the next step, which will be to cut, because these were the right width, right? Oh, not for down there. Yeah, so now they need a little off them. I'm going to cut them at 3 inches and make it work, I think. Oh no, because that'll be too much. Let's do 3 1/16. 3 1/8, I mean, instead of 3 1/4. Three and 1/8. That's perfect. Now for the black though, I'm just going to make one and make sure it works. Then I can cut and make all the others. So for this, I'm going to cut it at the 4 1/4, I mean, which is half. And 3 1/8 and 3 1/8 is 6 1/4. But then I want a 1/2 inch, so 6 3/4. 6 3/4. That'll leave me a nice square of black. So let's do 3 1/8, and my because that's not halfway through. What did I do? Oh, silly girl. This way. So I think I need to leave it longer than that, because that is not going to give enough of a It's plenty long that way. That way's perfect. 4 1/4. It's just the length. I need more than, oh, I did 1/8 of an, oh, silly girl. Okay. Let's figure this out again. Where's the other half? So the 4 1/2 wide is perfect. What I need is 3/4 on either side of the 3 1/8. So that's 1, 2, 3. Three 7/8 and 3 7/8. 14 3/4. So it's 7 3/4. 7 3/4. I am making dividers now for the box, Sarah. Making dividers. All right. Okay, perfect. So the size is my pencil. See, I'm still laying, even though my desk is sort of neat. My Tim Tams fell. I still can't find where I put my pencil. Where did I put my pencil? I probably put it away. Now I just can't find it because it's away in the bin. Okay, I use a pen. Oh no, that's an elegant writer. If it gets wet, that'll mess up. Okay. So, dividers. 3 by 3 1/8. And the covers. The card stock covers are 4 1/4. Whoops, quarter, not half. 4 1/4 by 7 3/4. Score at 3 1/8, and each. Okay. Now, for this, I am simply going to put tape at the top, at the bottom, the top, at the bottom, then oh, it's so nice out here today. Oh, went out with just my t-shirt on. Yay. It was sunny. It's trying to be sunny. It's humid. I don't like the humidity. But it's 25 with Humidex. For my American friends, that's 68 or 77 with Humidex. Hey, Kenny! Yeah, I came on. I was a half hour late, Kenny. I was a half hour late, so I came on at 1:30 Eastern instead of 1. Make sure I put this on the right way. Shoot. I actually ended up putting just a minute. Ended up putting it on the sides, not the in the middle here. Putting it in the middle there because those the side sections here will be what holds it to the box. And all I'm going to do is just cut this edge here at a slight angle. So I'll just cut a bit of a triangle out right at the fold. Oh yeah, Joycey can certainly inspire you to have fun for sure. Joycey has fun with everything she does. And she's never afraid to do it her way, the way she wants to do it, no matter what. Alright, so this folds over like this. Alright, this folds over like this. This folds like this. This folds like this. Right, then on the bottom, this folds like this, and this one not to do it Eileen's way. Come on, what has ever happened? I've said no plenty of times. She hasn't cast a spell on me yet. Alright, so I'm cutting the corners out of these. Oops, I could cut them at the same time. That wouldn't hurt. Now it's important on these hinges that you get lots of tape because this is going to be holding the, I mean, not that your ink pads are that heavy, but you know, it is structural. So you need to make sure. Use the wider one. Yeah, this is the widest. Hey, Carol. I'm using a box I found to make storage for my ink pads that are not tin holds. So my archival, my one memories, and I have my Versamark and a couple of Versafine. But I'm going to have to make another box this size. But this just happened to be a box I had that was for bingo dauber bottles from Oriental Trading that I ordered a long time ago. Still had this box sitting around, so I thought, why not use it? We'll see how many I can hold, and then I'll probably have to make another box this size to hold the rest of them. All right, so Carol just covered it with black cardstock, and the other one I'll build from scratch that goes with it, but it was the perfect size, so why not use what you have and instead of building the whole thing from scratch. Ooh. Oh, why did I take that off already? Dang it, I didn't want to take those off yet. I still have to put the tape on the sides. Dang it. Now I've got to... Let's see if I can find them. Take them out of the garbage. Even if it's not the right ones, I'll... It's the same thing. I'll just cover them back up here until I get the sides done. Well, I got one of my... Somehow when I ordered my Wish things, I ordered 10 plus 1, assuming they'd put it all in the same package. Well, they didn't, and I got the one that got ordered individually of the water brushes, and I never did get the 10, but I got my money back, so... So the one and only order I ordered from Wish, I never got, so... Yeah, I don't think I'll be ordering from Wish again. Okay. Put this around my neck since it has a spot to go around my neck. All right, now I can take these back off the bottom ones. And let's put a Before I press it down hard, I'm going to just check. Make sure it's square. Alright, put the round end of my bone folder down there. Alright, so now the bottom is attached. Now I need to take off the side pieces. Bye, Sarah! See you! Thank you, Sarah. All right. Oh, come on. Sorry, I was trying to rush chat and take the backing off this and it wasn't working very well. Come on. There we go. So, ta-da! One slot done. Ta-da! It doesn't have to be that. It's a little farther away than it has to be. Because I think they're all about the same. Yeah, so it can be a little closer next one. Okay, so how far did that end up being from the edge? I should measure it with a ruler and not with that because that won't stay straight. Come here. Heavens to Betsy, come here. I'm looking for my, there we go. My Tim Holtz ruler has a nice dark grid so I can see it best. Sorry if I'm bumping the camera. Okay. So that was, yeah, that was a whole inch, and it doesn't have to be an inch. Only has to be 3/4 of an inch. Okay, so I'll know that for next time. Alrighty. 3 1/8 by 3. So is this, did I do this at 3? Yeah, 3. So 3 1/8. I'm actually going to mark this as the top. 3 1/8. All right, 3 inches. Figured I wasn't quite ready to watercolor yet because I still needed this for organization purposes, so I figured this was a better use of my time. So I'm sorry if it's not exciting, but it was what I had to do. So hey Sarah. Oh. And now I don't have any Rach videos to watch because she posted her last one yesterday. So her room is all ready. She spent her whole 2-week spring break working on organizing her craft room. But it came at the perfect time for me. It was Lindsay, the frugal crafter, not the frugal eclectic, the frugal crafter. She got me inspired watching her. I watched hers just before I went home for Easter for the week. And I was like, oh man, I gotta do that when I get back. And then when I came, just as I got back, Rach had hers up and I was like, oh, that couldn't be better timing. Oops. I just want to make an arrow. I don't want to put the measurements on it. Putting the line that I just scored at the 3 1/8. So I make my next one. And then flip it over and do the same thing. 3 1/8. So you have to do it twice from either side to cut through this medium weight chipboard, but it does work. So, oh crap, that was in the total wrong spot, Jane. Wasn't watching it. I did it at 4 1/8 instead of 3 1/8. I'll see. I should still be able to use it because black cardstock should make it strong enough. The Instant Pot, well, on Amazon, you can get the 6-quart one for $120, $108 sometimes. Mine was a little cheaper than that. It was on sale when I bought it, but yeah, Jody Patootie, silly girl. Yes, I have an Instant Pot, and it's worth every penny. Worth every penny, just saying. think it was 96 when I bought mine, but it was a sale. But it's worth every cent. So you have to if you have to brown anything before you do the slow cooker or pressure cooker, the Instant Pot does it because it has a saute version. So you don't have to dirty a frying pan to saute your meat or your onions or your celery or whatever. You just do it right in the pressure cooker. Oh, well, see, I never had a pressure cooker, Carol. So, I never ever had one because I didn't want a stovetop one because I was too scared of them. Yeah, you can saute in your pressure cooker on your stovetop one, but I'm talking about, like, if you're slow cooking something, you can't saute in your slow cooker. You have to do it in a frying pan and then dirty up your... Dirty up a frying pan before you put it into your slow cooker. That's what I mean. For the slow cooker option. And I didn't want a stovetop pressure cooker. I just walked past Mom's in the kitchen when it just before it blew up. And the cover of it ended up in the attic and stew ended up all over the kitchen. And I had just gone past to go into the hallway into my bedroom after school. I didn't put the arrow on these ones. That's the 3 inches. So that's the height. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. I was pretty sure that was right. That way I'll just know how to put the tape on and the paper. Alright, so let's get these all done. So now I have to do all the paper. Oh! Dang it. One fell on the floor. One moment, please. I need to use my long-handled Tim Holtz scissors to pick it up because my grabby thing is right behind me, but I'm not sure if it'll pick up the piece of chipboard or not. Oh, come on. Not sure I can pick it up with the scissors either because, maybe if I get it up against that. Come on. I really don't want to get out of my... Okay, stood it up against something that's on the floor. That shouldn't be there, but it's part of my organizing, so it's there. Okay. Alright. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. I have 11 more. So, excuse me, I need a drink of water. Hey, Grammy! I am building a box for my... It is a box for my, my ink pads, Sarah. The ones that are not Tim Holtz. My Tim Holtz one all fit my spinny ones, and I ran out of room for these. So, my archival, and I have 1 memories. Excuse me. I have a couple of VersaFine inks and 1 white, the white memories. and Versamark. Versamark and Versafine. So that's what it's going to be. But I'm going to have to build another whole box as well, because this won't hold all of them. So now I'm covering the slots that are going to be the dividers. So now I have to cut this. 3, 4, 5, 6. I get 2 out of each one, so I should be able to get through 2 at a time. Four and a quarter is halfway. Alright, I'm going to put this back away in my drawer because I can't stand it hanging on my neck because it keeps getting caught on the desk. Didn't quite go all the way through the second one. There we go. That time it did. And 7 3/4 is the second cut. I may as well do that now. Oh no, because it won't go through all 4. Actually, I don't need this out. I can figure it out using math. I can figure it out the other way. Eight and a quarter, 9 and a quarter, 10 and a, okay, 7 and 3/4, 8 and 3/4, 9 and 3/4, 10 and 3/4 plus a quarter. So 3 and a quarter the other way. So 3 and a quarter. Those will make 8. This should be the right good enough size for ATCs. Yeah, trim a little off. So then that has to score. Those have to score in half. So pressure cooker cooks under pressure, air pressure, Sarah. So you have to have a cup or a cup and a half of water in the pressure cooker, and it creates a vacuum inside the pressure cooker, and so then it cooks under pressure, like cooking at the top of Mount Everest, because it creates air pressure inside. And slow cooker cooks by ambient, slow, even heat. So it'll take 4 to 8 hours to cook something in a slow cooker that would take about 20 to 25 minutes in a pressure cooker. Yeah, Vicky, the pressure cooker blew up. There was a problem with the valve and she didn't know. So the pressure built up and it blew the seal. Blew the seal. Where you going, Presto? So it blew the seal and the cover came right off and ended up, yeah, pressure cooker. Ended up in the ceiling. Now, it's much less likely the type of when you buy the electric pressure cookers, they have better locking system. So it's less likely for your electric pressure cooker to blow. You still have to take care of the ring and you have to replace the silicone ring every now and then, but it does last longer because it's silicone and not rubber. Oh really, Orla? What one did you get? Did you get the Actifry? I just ordered the Big Boss air fryer. I ordered the Big Boss because it was about $100 cheaper. So yeah, I'm sorry. I'm going for money. Does the same thing. I don't know, Sarah. It just goes in my brain and it stays there. Oops. You know, I had an amazing science teacher in grade 9 and 10. My favorite, best teacher ever. Man, was he strict. We had him in grade 5. When I was in grade 5, we had him as a supply teacher. And it was his first year out of university, and he scared the living daylights out of us in grade 5, but I'll tell you, he was a brilliant man, which does not always equate a good teacher. But he was an amazing teacher. Every scientific concept that he taught us, he related to an everyday an everyday thing for us so that we would understand why it was important to know it. Like, for example, for evaporation and condensation. On that lesson, I remember he taught us about, like in the shower, when the water builds up on the wall, and that's condensation, and that how when you leave the bathroom you feel cold and you feel wet again, even though you dried yourself off, because of evaporation. And it was everything that he taught us related to real life experiences. And it's like, I think I remember everything that man taught us, everything, just because of the way he taught it. It's amazing. Because how does it fry without grease? You put a tablespoon of oil in, and it's hot air and convection, Sarah, and it superheats the air so that the air works like grease. It superheats it. Yeah. Hey, Sophia. Okay, so now. Oh, excuse me. Guess I'm not going to use that after all. Darn it, I should have scored all these. All right, I'm gonna get my little scoreboard out because I don't need the big one for this. And the little scoreboard takes up a lot less space. This one's for cards. It's Martha stored as well. Oh dear, dropped my... I don't like using this for scoring because it's so sharp. It'll go through your paper on you. I got a Ranger one here, which fell down into my bag, I think. Yep. Just a moment. Where did it go? There it is. See, the Ranger one's much better. It's more of a curve. It's still sharp, but it's not as pointy as this, and it won't go through your paper. So 3 1/8 is where I need to score this, right? No. 3 7/8, Jean. Did that last time. 3 7/8. That's the line before the 4. No, Billy Floss is Karen. Oops, hello. Hey, Melody. Well, thank you, Melody. Welcome to my stream. If you watch Dee Dee, you know me as Sassy, because apparently I'm sassy. In a good way, I hope. Anyway, my mother would probably agree with that nickname. I am building, by the way, for those of you who came in, I'm building a storage box for my non-Tim Holtz archival inks. This was an old box from little bingo daubers that I bought on Oriental Trading, so I've covered the inside with cardstock, and now I'm building the dividers. So, that is what I'm doing. Boring stuff today. No watercoloring or art journaling today because I'm still working on storage stuff for my room, but I wanted to stream because it's been a couple of weeks. So, I thought I would stream a storage item since I had to put my feet up after I came home with my groceries. Figured may as well turn on the camera and work on this. Hey, Zandra! Eating jelly beans. Oh, which reminds me, I do have some spearmint leaves by Ganong. Yeah, green leaves. Yay. I know it's bad. Not supposed to have that much sugar, but I couldn't help it. They were just like sitting there screaming my name. Yeah, Perky. Perky is a good name, Melody. Perky is a good name. If I'm not at Nod, I'm Perky. If I'm not visiting Nod. Oh, poor Jillian. I'm drinking water too, Jillian. Don't worry. That's what I've got behind me. I'm drinking water. Hope you're feeling okay, Jillian. And poor Patty. Oh my gosh, I don't know if Patty has time to watch she probably doesn't have time to watch my recordings, but poor Patty spent another night in the ER. I'll tell ya, she's got to listen to her body telling her to slow down a little more often. Sheesh. Patty Tolly Parrish I'm talking about, by the way. Not perfectly Patty. Vicky. Hey, Nina. Lynn. Also known as Lynn. Excuse me. Yeah, she got really ill over the weekend, Vicky. It was on her Facebook. She was vomiting and diarrhea both. And finally, by the time Dave convinced her to go to the ER, she said she had made about 45 trips to the bathroom. Her blood pressure was so low. Well, I mean, hello, she would have been so dehydrated after all that. Her blood pressure was down to like 80/40. She thinks it was she had Taco Bell night before for supper, and she thinks something was bad. Hey, Christy. Hello, hello. Yeah, Lynn. Sorry. I'm just a little bit wheezy, that's all. It's not your name that did it to me. I guess I could go all the way around with this instead of cutting it on both sides, couldn't I? Oh. Well, I mean, it can happen almost anywhere. I was at a wonderful family restaurant and had one of their yummy hot chicken burgers, and I was so sick. Not as sick as I was in Quebec City when I went with a group of high school students, or middle school and, well, grade 8 to 12 students. And 20 out of the 22 of us got sick from drinking the water at the hotel. I had one mouthful of water. With my supper that night, and had a couple of ice cubes in my pop at the hotel. The kids were eating ice cubes out of, like they were going out of style. It was hilarious because they thought it was the greatest thing that there was an ice maker. This is, you have to remember, this is back in 1986, and I was teaching in Newfoundland, down on the south shore of Newfoundland. These kids had never even had a chance, most of them, of eating at McDonald's, okay? Because they were from this little town on the south coast of Newfoundland, so they were, 2.5 hours away from the closest McDonald's. Anyway, so 20 out of the 22 of us got sick from the water. I was the first one that went down. And I went down hard. I know mine was from supper because I got sick before we even were at the hotel. Right after supper, we had supper at this really nice posh French restaurant. You know, the kind that the waiters come with the, white tea towel over or napkin over their arm, and serve you on a silver tray. It was part of the kids' tour, right? And we basically booked that room in the restaurant for that night, so it was like just us there. Kids thought it was great. They tried frog legs and everything. It was a big fancy sman, so we had to get dressed up for it and everything. Then we went back to the hotel, got changed, and then we walked down to the river to go across the ferry to Levy. And the kids counted the steps on the way down to the riverbank to the ferry, and I think there were like 267 steps down to the river. Well, back then I was still in shape. And I didn't have my leg or knee issues back then. So we get down there. And rode the ferry. On the way back, we just rode the ferry. We didn't get off. We just went over and back. Kind of just a trip, sightseeing thing for the kids. Anyway. And we get back, and the kids, of course, are running up the steps to see who could get back up the steps first. And I'm walking up, and I mean, I'm not in bad shape then. I could still do those steps easy, but I got about a third of the way up, and everything started spinning. And I got right dizzy. And I was like, oh my gosh, and I almost fell backwards. And luckily a couple of girls were hanging back with me. And I was like, wow. I said, I don't know what that is. I suddenly feel really bad. Anyway, it was all I could do to make it the rest of the way back up the stairs. The 2 girls stayed behind with me, and the other teacher went with all the other kids. And I think it took me like 20 minutes, and it should have taken less than 5 to get up the steps. Well, by the time it was right by the hotel. So by the time I got back to the room, I was in terrible shape. Now, luckily, our tour guide was also a registered nurse. And she ran out to the drugstore for me and got me some Gravol suppositories, because that's what I needed. Oh, man, I missed the next day. I was a goner for 24 hours. Now, the next evening, I was okay. I was really weak, but I made it to the concert we went to that next night. But the poor teacher had to take all 20 kids with her, and they were sick and running back and forth to the bathroom. They weren't as in bad shape as me, though. And she had to take them all to the mall shopping and the sightseeing next day, all by herself. Now, luckily, the 20 kids were really good. They're good kids. They were really good kids. And, yeah. Oh, it was terrible. Whew. And now I missed everything else that everybody else was talking about in chat, because I wasn't watching chat. I was telling my story. Oh, well. Hey, Laura. Welcome back. Oh. If you were gone, because I think you were here earlier. All right. Looking for my arrow. There it is. Arrow is up. Anyway, you should see the pictures of us that we took at the airport on the way back, because over the next couple of days, all the kids got sick, except for one and the other teacher. We're the only 2 who did not get sick. Anyway, you should see the look of us in the airport shot coming back. Oh, we look like a bunch of ruffians, let me tell you. We all had dark rings around our eyes. We were all pale. Looked like we had partied all week, which we hadn't. We were all sick all week. It was funny. Oh, dear. I'm actually hot sitting here. I'm going to have to switch out my blanket. The blanket I have on my knee right now is my nice fuzzy winter one. I have to keep a blanket on my knee in case, so when Presto jumps up, she doesn't claw me, because I get infections very easily with my lymphedema. So I have to switch out to my summer lighter blanket, because this is a bit warm. Isn't this fun, watching me put tape on chipboard? Woohoo! You guys are suckers, let me tell ya. Of course, I'm the same way. I'll watch someone. Oh, you said Sonic Ice? Yeah. Well, they got me all vamped up and ready for this supposedly fantastic ice. So I ordered, sure, get me some Sonic Ice. They come back, all it was ice. I'm like, you mean there's like no flavor in it? It's just ice, you guys. But it's the best ice. I'm like, it's ice. It's ice put into a blender. They add salt to it, which is that's why it doesn't melt as quickly. So it's ice with salt, which to me doesn't taste good. But anyway, it's salt. When you add flavoring, it's a slushie. We have slushies in Canada. Anyway, luckily one of the girls got a nice drink, and she was nice enough to give me some of her raspberry lemonade to put in my ice. Sheesh. Yeah, but obviously you didn't make it clear because you said, oh, the ice is the best ice. I'm like, so get me some ice. It's like, oh. Anyway. Silly people. Silly, silly people. Bye, Orla. Yeah. Yeah, Laura. Funny, funny. Ah. That was when we were in Austin. Very first time I got to meet some of the, well, we didn't call each other fibs back then, but back then we were talking, we were a group and we met up on, it's not even available anymore, Stickum. That was fun. Every night we got together on Stickum and chatted and talked and laughed and arted all at the same time. There weren't as many streamers back then. And so on Stickum, up to 12 people could be on camera at the same time talking. And then like hundreds of others could be in the chat and just in the chat chatting to each other. But 12 people could be on video. So the 12 of us would just be on arting and whatever and sharing what we were doing and gabbing and laughing. Plus the people in the chat. Oh, it was so fun every night. But then Stickum had to close down because instead of putting security measures into effect, they just shut down because stupid idiots took advantage and start posting themselves nude on the... I'm like, really? Ugh. Jeez. They had too many issues to continue with the site, and it's like, that's not fair. We weren't abusing it. We were having fun. We had a private room so that I had a room that was just mine, and you couldn't get into the room unless you were on my friends list. So these trolls couldn't get into our room because we only let the Ustream people come in. It was great. Hey, Laura. Bye, Carol. Vicky. You know me better than that. I'm lucky I get a shower on my own in the nude. I am so not into, yeah. Let me tell you. I'm the one that goes to the Y and gets changed behind closed doors in the shower stall or in the bathroom. Yep. That's me. I did it. Oh, don't believe Vicky. Don't believe Vicky. She's just being silly. She knows me better than that. She does. So I'm trimming off my corner here because I don't need that section. Just on a slight angle to make sure it doesn't get caught in the corner. Slight bevel. Jana! Jana! Hello, where the heck have you been? girl. Oh, man, I was starting to think you disappeared off the planet. Hello. You've got lots of newbies, Jonna, since you and Darcy have been around. Wow, girl, we have missed you. Jonna! Oh my gosh. For those of you wondering, Scrappy Camper Sisters is Jonna, and her sister is Darcy, Glam Darcy. They used to do a Saturday show on the first Saturday of every month, and they'd stream for hours doing a cool building project. Not me. Nope. Oh, excuse me. What you been up to, Jonna? Are you guys coming back on Saturdays? Please say yes. We miss you. Oh, no, really? Oh. Well. It's not a good reason to be home, but glad to see you here. All right, and I'm building today. I'm building a box, Jonna. Well, it's from a box. It started as a box. For my archival inks and my all my non-Tim Holtz inks. Oh, that's the worst, Jonna. She keeps threatening to. Oh, good. I'm glad your mom's still doing well. That's nice to hear. Darcy and Jonna have the cutest mom. They streamed with her once, and she showed us how to make paper. It was really cool. Hold on. I should pull it this way a little bit. There we go. It's all black, though, so it's hard to see. Oh, put the side ones in underneath the, there we go. Alright, so. It doesn't have to be as far away as that first one, so I'm going to check that out, and that looks good. So push it down, push down the bottoms. Wow, Sophia. Oh, that's great, Jonna. Oh, that's great. 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 Jonna. Oh, that's gre Yeah, Vicky, exactly. She turned 90. Wow. My mom was 85 this Christmas. Now, unfortunately, I mean, she's very healthy, just her memory's gone, and she's, getting more feeble, but considering everything she's been through with her spina bifida and losing a leg and a new heart valve, she's quite the lady. Oh, I have to tell you guys this. I typed it in Twitter's, but you may not have read it. So the other day, on Sunday, my sister, who is the grandmother of Eliza and Till, was babysitting Eliza, and Eliza wanted to call Nana, my mom, and talk to her on the phone. So Janet called her, and Eliza took the phone, and Eliza starts walking around the house. She was at my sister's house, at our family home, and she's walking around the house with the phone, talking gibberish to Mom, like 2-year-olds do, telling stories. It was definitely a story, but she was walking around the house with the phone, holding the phone out, showing Nana all these things that she was talking about. The problem was it was the cell phone, the landline, and Mom was just on a landline. She doesn't have a cell phone. But Eliza was talking as if she was on FaceTime. It's hilarious. Yep, it is, Vicky. Ah, I see, Jonna. Okay, so we're waiting for Darcy to stream. Oh my gosh, Sophia, that's hilarious. Learned this week that her mother's mother, so her grandmother, took to smoking a pipe because she found it too hard to smoke cigarettes on a horse. That's so funny. Anyway. But yes, Eliza is doing well. And Tillman's doing okay. His alopecia is really bad now. He's lost his whole head of hair and his eyebrows and his eyelashes. But he does have some peach fuzz, so we're kind of hoping it'll grow back in. He has, in Germany, they said that he has the type that can go into remission on and off. And he did have bald spots when he was 2. And within the year, his hair all grew back in. But then with the stress this year between his mother and father and Dad leaving, going back to Germany, it was hard on the little guy. Oh my God, Sophia, that's cute. Penguin. Ah, that's cute. Yeah, he does. He has alopecia. But he came home one day and he told his mom, he said, so-and-so asked me what happened to all my hair, why I had no hair. And Stacia goes, well, what did you tell him, Till? And he goes, I told him it all fell out. I was like, well, that's a good answer, Till. That's exactly what happened. You don't have to be any more technical than that. The teacher did do a lesson on kids being different and stuff like that, so. No. So, yeah, there we go. So it's almost done, ready to stop recording. So I'm going to stop recording. And thank you if you were watching the recording. I'm going to stay on live though. So just hold on. I am going to just continue. I'm going to try and hold it here so you can see that. There you go. So I've got 2 slots in there so far. So I'm just going to continue. until I have these slots, enough slots in to fill this box. And I'll show you it at the end when I'm all finished of the boxes. Thanks for watching recording. Bye.